Hey guys, welcome back to my second channel. I am normally Blaire White, but today I am Blaire Black. Make sure you subscribe to both channels. So one of the, maybe not even one of you, this might be the most frequently asked question of my existence. I can be, scrolling through my Twitter DMs, my Instagram DMs, my comment sections, and this question seems to always rise to the top, especially when I'm posting pictures. And you guys know I have not yet had SRS, which is sexual reassignment surgery. That is actually in the future for me. I know I've gone back and forth, and we can talk about that at a later date. But until then, I get asked a lot, how do you tuck? How do you hide your God-given anatomy down below and make it so flat and make it so no one can see it in outfits that are tighter or swimsuits especially, that sort of thing. And it's weird. People ask me this online, and I've even had run-ins with supporters in real life in restaurants and when I'm out exercising or whatever, and they ask, I have to ask you a question, Blaire. And here I am thinking it's some juicy question about maybe another influencer or the Jeffree Star debacle or some behind the scenes thing of a debate I filmed. No. They will ask, how do you make it look so flat in the front? And listen, this is a very uncomfortable topic. This is not a topic that I love speaking about, but I figured I am here to give the boys and girls what they want to know. Whether you're trans yourself and you want some sort of instructional how-to video, or whether you're just curious and not trans at all, which is actually the majority of people who ask. So I'm here today to quench your curiosity thirst. I'm going to teach you today in detail, as much detail as I can on this family-friendly website, how to get the perfect tuck, how to make it unclockable, as we say in the trans community. But before we get into the nitty-gritty, thank you so much to today's sponsor, very fitting, Adam and Eve. Before we go any further in this video, I want to thank Adam and Eve for sponsoring me today. Adam and Eve is America's favorite adult store, and you guys can use the code MOMENT for 50% off any one item with free shipping in the US and Canada, with some exclusions applying. Adam and Eve is amazing. They have 24-hour customer service every single day of the week, and 20% of their profits go to help fighting the spread of HIV around the globe. They've been in business almost 50 years, and they are everything. Check them out. Okay, so there are a few things you need to have in your possession when you're about to go out in a bikini or whatever it is you're doing, tight pants. There's a few things you need to have to make sure you get this perfect tuck. The first thing is Scotch tape. Listen, this is going to be a very uncomfortable talk. You can have Scotch tape, which is definitely weaker than duct tape, but I prefer Scotch tape because it is flesh toned, and sometimes if you're wearing duct tape, which is gray, if you don't do it just perfect, you can see a little gray sticking out of a bikini, and that is disgusting to me. I would rather almost have a physical bulge than duct tape, because at least you can explain that a little easier than, why are you duct taping your, area? That's really weird. No one gets that. People do get tucking. So you're going to need duct tape, and you're also going to need, and these are clean, don't worry, never used yet, a very tight pair of panties. We're talking 1 to 2, preferably 2 sizes below what you would naturally more comfortably wear. And that's the biggest thing, you guys. This isn't comfortable, so don't expect it to be comfortable, but you definitely get more comfortable with it the more you do it. I don't know, people ask, how do you do that? Must hurt, must be very painful. And yeah, I guess at first when you're learning, but it's worth it, and also it's not that bad once you get used to it, honestly. And I'll tell you why. It's actually an interesting scientific reason why it's not that uncomfortable. I'll get into that. So obviously this one thin strip is not going to be enough. So what you're going to need to do is I rip off 4 pieces. Let me do that right now. So we have 4 slices of tape, and this is because it needs to cover your entire crotch area. It cannot just be a little thin strip, and you have to, has to be sturdy, okay? So what you have to do is with your hands, you grab everything you have down there, all of it, honey, and you push it back, and then you get the tape and you put it over your entire area, and you pull the tape tight. Say this is what you have down there. You cover it completely, and then you put it back, and then you push. Okay, this is the most important part. Okay, so we have everything in the tape right now, And then, because that's not going to be secure enough, if you only tape it and you don't put on a really tight pair of underwear over it, it is not going to work. So you get your very tight panties, and then you put everything in the panty, and then you pull the panty up. Again, the whole goal is tightness. Has to be firmly against you. So here's the interesting part. Your body, the biologically male body, actually has natural pockets up above where your twins are located, that they actually, when prompted, will naturally go into those pockets, okay? So they actually do go inside of you. A lot of people think you just smush everything back with the tape. No, you're definitely smushing one of the parts, but the actual twins will actually go naturally inside of your body, and that's when you've achieved the tuck, when it is inside of you. It is not necessarily just smushed back, it is inside of you. Now, this is very graphic, and this, to all the dudes that are watching, because I know you're watching, this is something that's going to make you feel a bit queasy, but I promise you, it's weird. It's almost like, I don't know, because the pockets are just naturally there, it actually doesn't hurt for them to go in. It doesn't hurt at all. It's just uncomfortable based on how tight you have to pull everything, but obviously you need that if you're going to be wearing pants or a bikini or whatever. You don't want it to be loose, especially if you're going to go in the water. Now, I have managed to achieve such a level of perfection with the tuck that I can actually swim. And the water's going to wear off the adhesive a little bit, but when you do it tight enough, it doesn't come undone. I've gone swimming in the ocean, I've gone swimming in lakes and pools, chlorine, everything, and you know, it all stays in place. So the goal is, and this is a mistake that I used to make when I first started, I actually had to have trans women teach me, like physically, in person, doing it for me. Hi, Eden. This is the key. It has to go up in you, because if it's just smushed down, it's honestly gonna look like a big camel toe, which, you know, a lot of people have camel toes, and so it's not like, you know, they're like biologically male because they have like a bulge there. Like women have bulges there too, but it's just mathematics, you know what I mean? If this makes sense. Like if you're a trans woman and maybe you aren't like perfectly passable, or you have a few things that people are like, if they see that and they see that you're not perfectly tucked or like flat down there, you've been clocked. And I never even talk like this because frankly, the whole like clocking, passability thing is so uninteresting to me. It's such a non-factor. Like, I don't know. Everyone always says I talk about passing in videos. I literally don't. So, I don't know. It's really not that complicated. It did take me a long time to achieve it perfectly because it just takes practice, but it's really that simple, you guys. Obviously, I'm not going to have this issue forever. I'm not going to have to do this forever. And, you know, I will rectify things, probably coming very soon. But, you know, until then, it's important just to know the tricks of the trade. And it's important to have that be a part of your transition. So that is it for this video, you guys. Make sure you subscribe to this channel as well as my main channel. And make sure you guys follow me on Instagram and Twitter, because I post on there way more than I do on YouTube. So you got to keep up with those to keep up with me. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.